be that should be possible, possibly uh, with the assistance and organization from the founder, who is Mrs. Lasisi. Uh, I think she has done a good job getting us all together. What I now think we should really work on is how to kind of inspire ourselves to be better and to get as much skills as possible, because I believe that the world today, the marketplace today, will really um, give place to the person who has the right skills, not just any kind of skills, but the right skills that are in demand. So for today, I just want to quickly look at two things: data analysis. And why did I choose data analysis? I felt we had a kind of um, a kind of push from Mr. K, who did um, take us through the fundamentals and just introduce us to different tools, what data analysis is, and then he just showed us using a presentation some tools. But I felt that if one, lets that training just slide by, before you know it, it's forgotten and no progress is made. So that's the reason why it's been on my mind to do this, but uh, like a follow up to that training so that we build up on the skills. Possibly, I was thinking of Power BI, but I said, okay, maybe we should even do something that is still trending in the industry, which is using Excel. So today's session will just look at that. And the truth is, I really wanted it to be a case whereby we could even add our own learnings. Maybe possibly Mr. Jacob or Mr. Tohib, you've possibly done some kind of course on your own or some work on your own with data analysis, and then you could just, show us those tips, because it's those things that will distinguish one from others when it comes to um, getting a project done or being selected for an opportunity. So I'll just quickly go into Excel so that we can maximize our time. So I don't know if we can see my screen. Okay, okay. All right, I'll share my screen now. Okay, so can you see my screen now? Okay, great. Okay, excellent. Thank you. All right, so this is Excel, the home screen. Of course, I'm sure we're familiar with this, especially those who use Excel either daily or weekly, somehow on the job. I'll just click on blank workbook and quickly fill it up. So if you ask me, I guess people will have different um, definitions, but one thing that would um, be common among all those definitions is for data analysis is um, making sense out of data, analyzing data, raw data that might um, just be numbers, names and numbers, and uh, uh, making sense out of it, generating insights from it. So those numbers should now somehow take on a meaning or a life of their own, you know, something like that. So when that data analysis is properly done, then um, decisions can be made by, well, top level management or anybody who needs to make decisions uh, that wouldn't have been possible, you know, um, before the data was analyzed, or before the process of data analysis commenced. Of course, it involves a lot of things: cleaning up the data, putting it in a presentable form. But what I'll just focus on today is just basic ways, basic things that one can do. Let's assume that the data has already been cleaned up. Okay, so um, I just wanted to do a quick, um, just load up some data here. I'm not going to put in too many so that we don't have okay, all right, and then
hello, Charles. I don't know if it's on my end, but
yes,
you're breaking.
okay,
Network is somewhat fluctuating around the side.
okay. Is it better now? Can you hear me now? Is it much better? Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Sorry.
Okay, sorry about that. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Uh,
All right.
network interruption. Okay, so can you see my screen now?
So the screen is not up yet.
Okay, let me see if I need to reshare. Okay, so can you see my screen now?
Yes, back up now.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So I just put in some data. Um, let me see. Let me just put this here. Okay. Okay. So I hope my screen is still visible.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, all right. So I just wanted to work with a few figures and then to uh, make some deductions from. All right. So at a glance, data numbers don't usually give us a lot of information, especially when they are, like it's like a flood. Okay, so imagine Excel has how many possibility for how many rows. Excel can take more than 1,000 rows and still handle the data efficiently. So imagine if we had 1,000 rows of data. and you had all these numbers just like that, up to 1,000, you would not be able to make sense out of it. But let's now pretend that we, just for a moment, we wanted to add um, um, some graphs to it. Okay, so to get a graph done, a graph in, um, we could come to the Insert tab, and um, add some charts. Okay, so you could either allow Excel to recommend for you, or you could choose any one of your choice. But let's just, before we choose anyone, it would be nice to select what data you're interested in. Let's pretend I was only interested in maths. Okay, let's assume that this is data of students in a particular school, a particular class, and I just want to see, what their performance is like when it comes to maths. I could ask Excel to recommend some charts for me. These days we're in a world of AI, so Excel can recommend some charts for you. The one that seems to show me, may look like, really interesting. You could have either pie charts or the bar charts. But if we go with bar charts, let's see how bar charts look. Um, so of course it would insert the bar chart for you. So this is the analysis. This is the real thing. So um, what deductions can one make? Of course, we can see clearly that the Yusuf got the highest score in mathematics, while um, Ola had the lowest score. Now remember that we're assuming that this is like a whole lot of data. One might say, okay, it's easy to see when you just have three. Yes, but when you have hundreds, and sometimes running into thousands, um, you really need the help of a chart to, drive home your idea, especially when you now have top level executives who don't have time to sit down and start looking at figures. But when they see colors, when they see shapes, I think it's somehow the human eye seems to um, quickly taking taking information from those shapes, so from those colors and shapes. So this is just a quick one. If this doesn't seem to show your information better, you could change the colors, or change the way the chart looks by changing the look. So that's for the look. But let's now say that we wanted to compare two subjects, the name, for maths and Yoruba. So in that case, we would need to select again. So this time it will be better to just click outside and select um, the whole thing. So let's see the kind of charts it would recommend for us. So let's see, click on recommended charts, and you can see it still recommends bar charts, but this time the bars now have different colors, one for maths and one for Yoruba. If you notice, I had to select right from the name of the field, the column. If some people see Excel sheets like databases, and all that, to be able to um, view it this way. So let's see how it will look. All right, so now I think this now gives us more information now for the two subjects, still showing us the names of our students, but now giving us um, their scores in both, showing us their scores in both Yoruba, maths and Yoruba. So you can quickly make deductions here that, oh, it seems like even though Ola got the lowest in maths, he got the highest in Yoruba. So what deductions can one make from this? Okay, so Ola might need um, um, some form of assistance when it comes to maths, but he seems to be on the top of his game when he's in um, his Yoruba skills, his speaking Yoruba language skills. We cannot say the same for Ada because her own seems to be that her Yoruba skills are on the low, um, while Yusuf seems to be higher than her. And one might still want to question, so why, what are the possible reasons why we may have this kind of deductions? So it's possible that, well, um, um, maybe Yusuf had some assistance, or he just, he's in a household where he speaks Yoruba and all that, and it gives him an advantage. So somehow he's able to somehow compete with those who are native speakers, stuff like that. So a lot of deductions, and I think it's those deductions that are um, the meat or the core of data analysis, if you ask me. Um, um, the these charts simply enable us to arrive at that destination so that we can come to those deductions from the insights that are given. So this is basically what I wanted to show. I don't know if we have any questions so far. I wanted to see if maybe I could do one more using a pie chart and maybe a formula, conditional formatting. Do we have any questions so far? None. Okay. Okay. All right. So every tool that supports data analysis, whether it's Excel or Power BI, have will definitely have this part of their setup that enable you to do visualization. Visualization is very important. Like you see, the figures seem to come alive when you transfer them, when you build visuals out of them, and they take on a life of their own, if you like. So I'm going to go back to the home tab where where um, we had okay, so we had an option here for conditional formatting. Okay, so this is an area where we can build rules and then maybe specify how we want those rules to be, and based on the information. But I just want to um, maybe take us on the formulas. Maybe we'll do this another day. I'll I'll come to this maybe in another, if we have opportunity for another session. But if we look at the bottom of the screen, if you can follow my mouse, you'll see that um, there's a figure here that Excel already gives you. So sometimes um, part of data analysis is the statistical information that you get. So there's an average here. And if you look at that average is like the average of all the numbers that somehow are in the selected area. Um, so if I if I select only these three scores for math, you'll see that the average changes. So Excel already gives you an average and the sum, you know, right beside the average. So you can already have an idea. An average can be a kind of, I will not say central information, but it somehow gives you an idea of they call it a measure of central tendency, something like that. So in statistics, it's mainly it's mainly what tells you, okay, so this is the performance, the average performance of the whole class in math. If you have more people that who got higher scores, then of course the average would rise, telling you that, oh, possibly the maths teacher seems to have high performance in his class. And that alone can even make you arrive at a decision. Okay, so do we need we don't need to move him to another class. We all we now need to do is to work on those that who um, have low scores and see how we can bring them up to speed so that we can increase the average. So information like this, you can get them just by selecting the cells. On the other hand, formulas still give us an edge. So I'll just use a very simple formula. Maybe I should apply that to the one for Yoruba. Of course, we know that Excel, or maybe I shouldn't assume, but Excel has a way of naming cells. Um, so this cell that I clicked on is D1 or D2 rather. You can see the name right there for the cell. So if I wanted to build a formula, a simple formula that would tell us, okay, this person passed, is above the average score or is below the average score in terms of grading. Okay, so now this is what I'm doing now is a part of data analysis whereby you can how do I call it? You can build new data based on the existing data that you already have. So this column now for grade didn't exist, didn't come with the data, but you want to add it because it would further help your analysis to be stronger or make more sense or give more insight. So in that case, it will now you can now call this um, column the grade column. So I'm going to um, just call it grade column. Now the question now is what to fill it up with. Now again, we have three um, students here. I want us to imagine that we have 1,000. So this kind of using formulas is an efficient way to help us, come up to speed with um, creating the grade column. So I would use the if formula. So in Excel, there's an if, uh, okay, it's an if formula. So it starts with every Excel formula starts with the equal sign. It starts with that, and then you use the keyword if, and then specify the logical test. What do you want to test for? So let's just agree, just for this class, that the pass mark is um, okay. Should I say 50? Greater than or equals to 50. Okay, so if somebody gets a score that is greater than or equals to 50, then the person has technically passed. Okay, while if someone has a score less than 50, that's the else part, then the person would just say the person is below average. Okay, so what's the logical test we're testing? Since we've agreed on this, let's just use that. So what are we testing? Remember, this grade, I'm being specific now for Yoruba, not for maths. Since Yoruba is just closest to it, let's use Yoruba. So the first cell in Yoruba there is C2. Okay, so I'm going to say if C2 um, is greater than or equals to okay, let's say 50. Okay, and if that's the case, then I'm done with the logical test now, but I'm not done with the formula. With the formula, I'll specify what should enter that cell if the value is true. So if if that is true, then we should just say above average. Okay, so I have to use my on-screen keyboard because some of my keys on my keyboard are not too nice, are not so okay. So I'll just say above. Okay, let's just for simplicity, I'll just say above. Okay, then what happens if it's false? That's what comes after the comma. You can see the formula gives out information about it. So as you are building it, it helps you to um, um, complete it without too much of a challenge. So when you're done building it, don't forget to close it. And when you're sure you're done, you can now hit enter. So now you can see that it has quickly given us, so maybe we should say grade in Yoruba. Let's be more specific about the column. So it's not just generalized. Grade in Yoruba. So you can see that it accurately gives us the um, the uh, the the grading per se for the first student. Now, somebody might be saying, so if we now have 1,000 people, how do we go and be copying and pasting? Will you copy the formula and paste? Some people are really good at copying and pasting, but we thank God that Excel makes things easier. You could just move your mouse till it gets to the bottom right of that same cell that you imputed the first formula and drag it down. So somebody might be thinking, will it not copy, the way typical Excel is? It will just copy whatever is in the first one onto the remaining ones. But see what it does. It will apply the same formula instead of just taking the text. It will apply the formula to the remaining cells. So you can see actually 80 is above, 60 is above. And if you will agree with me that clicking and dragging is more easier than copying and pasting than when you be doing Control V, because you have to click the cell before you do Control V. Click the cell again. Can you imagine doing that for 1,000 people? But Excel makes it so easy to just click and drag. Again, it's that square, that small square at the bottom right. Once your mouse changes from a crosshair to a normal cross and um, pointer, and then you can just left click, and once you are holding it down, you now drag. That's how you do it. So it keeps on going there till it does the trick. Okay, so because of time, I don't want to keep us longer than an hour. I don't know if we have any questions. I want to go straight to the Upwork, since um that was part of what we agreed. Are we good with this?
Oh, yeah, I'm good on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay, okay, all right, thank you. So I'm sure you guys can explore more of this, on your own, or by taking on an Excel course. There's one that was posted on the group. Um, Maybe I'll see if I can bring it up again and paste it on our group. Okay, so I'm going to open my Upwork account. The basic thing that I have, and I know that Upwork is not the only place where one can do freelancing online. Some people use Fiverr, some use Truelancer, and I have accounts on all those ones. But I would say that for me, I've found more, um, should I say, um, success, or a bit of, yes, success, if I would say, with Upwork, in terms of um, um, getting tasks that or remote work that people are willing to pay for. Okay, so it's asking me to log in. So of course, creating an account in Upwork is very simple. Um, but and Setting your preferences and making sure that your preferences are tech preferences is also important, because from the start, that means that that will determine the kind of jobs that come your way. Okay, so I'm logging in now because I've already created an account. And okay, so this is how my dashboard looks. Okay, so the thing I just want to the main things I want to point out here, since I the I had to carefully select those words that I used in the training, using skills that you already have. I just want us to take a look from where we are at the kind of jobs that come based on the preferences I chose. I hope you guys can see it. They are very simple jobs. And the thing about them is that once you actually do these things, if they are not selective about location, the good thing about it is that you actually get paid. So the question that one may be asking is, um, how do you like get your money? How do you get it? Because all those other platforms, forex um, platforms, and the rest, bitcoins and all those ones, they also offer you um, means of getting getting paid in foreign currency and stuff like that. So the thing now is, how do you get your um, um, get your pay, as in get the actual money. So if let me see if I can show. I would say that the first time I had to um, um, do okay, yes, so it's cleared out now because I've already made a withdrawal. The first time I had to do one, like what they call it, a gig, and I had um 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 what do you call it, a payment, was when I actually took time to, it was like a dream. It was like, real, is this real? The guy was, Upwork was like, the client wants to pay you, so where are they going to pay it to? So um I now thought of how I would receive it. Okay, so I didn't have a domiciliary account, but what I did was that um I there was they suggested something to me. I'm trying to look for the place where okay. So they suggested something to me, which was to receive that there was it's possible that I may have a local bank that can be linked to their platform, and as they are paying in whatever currency they are paying in, it would now translate to my local bank. I think I tried that option, but somehow I got a mail from, it was Access Bank, that I was thinking I would get it, and they said no, that they only accept payment from so and so vendors. And it was like, okay, so what do I do now? So they now gave me an option to use a platform. I guess most of you might know about it, Payoneer. Um, Payoneer is um, a means whereby you can um, receive payments, and equally make payments if you need to do any transactions online. But the thing with all of them is you need to have a card, and for you to get a card, it has to be up to a particular um, um, amount in your account with them. Okay, so I just thought I should say this. Getting an account on Upwork is not hard. Um, Equally, setting up your Pioneer account is not difficult. If I had not set up mine, I would have gone through the process. But I can just say that if you set up your um, um, Upwork account, where you would need to set up your Pioneer account will be under account settings. Okay. Are we still there?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, let me see. It's like somebody tried to join. I don't know. Oh, okay. All right, let me continue.
I am.
Okay. 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 All right. So you can see here where it has get paid. That's the place. So if okay, so somebody actually tried to join. Okay, let me just admit we're almost done, sha. Okay. So um so that's the place where it says get paid. Now if you can see, can you guys see this? I can't make it bigger than this, but this is where I had to create the Payoneer account. Okay, so this is where if I say add method now, it's as if I want to add to the existing one. You can see I've made an effort to connect to a local bank, but um it didn't work, so that's why it's like it's not set up. PayPal is available, wire transfer is available, direct to a US bank, that's for those people maybe who might have someone an account in the US. So these are ways that you can actually get your money. So it's not as if somebody is telling you that you can get money, but how do you get it if you don't know? Some banks, I've not been able to establish which Nigerian bank can do this. But once I do, I can assure you that I would switch to this so that it can go straight to, you know, to that Nigerian bank. But for now, the one that I use is the one that I've shown you, which is Payoneer. And for now, they are offering me a card, but I need to have a particular amount before I get that card. And in other words, I'll need to keep doing more, more work on Upwork, which is simply a very if you look at it, the process is very simple. Let me go back. So if you want to find work, all you need to do is to just click on find work, and they will give you all the possible things you can do. Once you select a job, there's something called your connects, the number of connects that you have. So if you look at this job, for instance, let's pretend I wanted to do it. There's apply now button, but I cannot apply if I don't have up to the number of connects. If you see where my mouse is, I'm highlighting it now. It's asking for 15 connects. I only have 6. Now this number of connects, you can increase it by buying. Okay, you can use a credit card and buy more connects. So that's the tricky thing about Upwork. You need to buy connects. Those connects will help you to get jobs. Okay, hopefully, if the job is high paying, the money you get from the job is going to be higher than what you spend on connects. But now it's not compulsory that you must buy. That's the good news. Every month they give you 10 connects free every month. So the thing now is that if you can use those 10 connects per month and get a job, then that means you didn't spend any money at all in getting that job. But the job will pay you. Okay. um and then once it pays you, of course, you start building your savings. Let me check, somebody is trying to join. Okay, it's telling me my call ends in 15 minutes. Okay, all right. So you can see how simple it is. Imagine being paid this and you used your number of you had 15 connects and they gave you the job. Now, is it always a guarantee that you'll get the job? Well, in most cases, yes. What I think I've noticed in my own experience is that when I apply, let's say the person just posted 5 minutes ago, and I'm one of the first people to apply, and I can convince them that I can do the job. They give me they accept it, because that's another thing. It's not only you applying, several people are applying at the same time. So it's a thing about bidding to get the same job, especially when it's a high paying one. Okay, so like I said, are the skills demanded so high? I'm sure you guys can see it. This guy just wants somebody to review his game. What does it mean to review his game? Download it on your device. Hopefully, if you have a Samsung S24, all you need to do is to apply, click on the link and tell him that you have a Samsung S24. You can do the job. You've done it before, and you know you are ready to do it. You are ready to do his own, and that's it. Um, even though it's low paying, I'm sure you guys can see that $10, which the guy is offering, is still something in naira. By the time you convert that to naira, it's going to be something in your bank account. So that's the good thing about Upwork. accounts, Upwork jobs or Upwork gigs. Very simple task. Um, if you allow me to just quickly recount one of the ones I did, somebody asked me, all he asked was that if I have, sorry, let me try. Mr. Tohib, it looks like your microphone is,
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Sorry.
okay, thank you. All right. So, so one of the clients that I was successful with said, asked for a Udemy account. I'm sure you guys know about Udemy, where they sell courses online. And all he needed me to do was to sign in, buy his course. Now, buying it just meant clicking on it. I think he made it in such a way that if I clicked on it, I wouldn't need to actually buy it. It was free. Okay. So clicking on it and then giving him a review. And that was it. And then, of course, sending screenshots, and then he equally showed, because I had a Udemy account. I was able to do that. Was all he required. And you know, before he sent payment, and that was it. So, in fact, things as easy as logging into a particular site at a particular time. And I believe anybody can do that. Anybody can do that, you know. And you might ask, why would somebody want you to log into a particular site at a particular time? Then what I did was what they call load testing. So they wanted to know how the site would function if there were several people on the site at the same time. So they needed plenty people to come online on that site at the same time. So that's what they call it, load testing, something like that. And guess what? They were paying per hour. They were paying per, sorry, not per hour. They were paying per login. Yeah, for visiting the site, they were paying $5 per login. I'm not kidding you, per login. So you log in, you do certain things on the site, you do a screenshot, possibly do a short video, and you send to the client. That was it. And these things that I'm saying, I believe anybody can do it. So I think the first step is even you know, getting an Upwork account and then following up from them. They will now start sending the jobs your way. So again, it's very simple. Create an Upwork account, set your preferences to be IT jobs, things like that, and then they will send it to you. They will send things that are related like that to you. Um, um, and then all you now need to do is to use your free connects. I'll not advise that you start by buying. Use the free ones, get the jobs. As you build your income, then you can now buy. Okay, so we have 2 minutes. I don't know if anybody has questions, um that that they would like to ask.
Not really a question. I just want to say that the good work you've done so far. People want to encourage me because I've had an Upwork account for nearly about 10 or 15 years now.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
I don't think anything has been forthcoming around there. So sometimes I just like
Okay.
say, oh, your connection is not fire. I'll just go back there and just okay, let's see what's happening there, and then log out. This is one let me call up and encourage me to go back there and see
Please.
what can still out of it.
Yes,
Thank
please.
you very much.
Please do. Please do. Now, especially now that it seems like the advantage of foreign currency being higher than our currency, it's easy for them to part with $10, $20, $500. But just imagine how that would translate to in our own currency. It's really huge. Okay. I think I don't know who joined us late. Is that Gloria? Okay, um she's off she's off the call. Okay, so Mr. Jacob, you are good, right?
I only had one question.
Okay.
So, because I've been so negative about these freelancing sites, this
Okay.
gig sites,
Okay.
I don't know how what you can say because I usually feel like it's a race towards the bottom because I look at all the overqualified people I'm up against
Mm.
with my simple Excel experience that I've just gained today. How do I work around that?
Okay, so that's interesting because I wish I okay if I could show you the if I don't know if you can still see my screen. Some simple tasks as simple as data entry are the kind of things that um, they ask for. Simple tasks. I mean, when I say simple, I mean just data entry. I've seen some. You can see most of the ones you are seeing now are um, testing jobs. So they are just looking for a software tester, someone that will test their software, things like that. But I can assure you that as simple things like data entry. So what's data entry? You're just typing up things in Excel or Google Sheets. They will now send you the link to the Google Sheet. You just type up things. Those are simple skills that I believe anybody that has used a computer or a phone before can do, you know. So it's really I mean I can assure you that just in fact let me just give you a challenge. Just create an account and start from there, and then you yourself you will see the kind of things. Once you set your preferences to data entry, it depends on what you tell them. You say you want tech jobs, you want data entry jobs, you are good in Excel or PowerPoint. Those are the things that will come to you. It's kind of it's a system that will go and look for all those projects that people need people to work on, and they will send it your way. They will say they are, I can just assure you, just give it a try.
Okay, so I should just start small.
Yes, yes. Just give it a try. And you can create the account from your phone. It's not compulsory that you must have a computer. Both this account and the second one, the Payoneer account, you can create both from your phone.
Okay, thank you. I
Mm.
think now good.
Okay, okay. All right. So thank you so much for making our time. I can imagine how busy the weekend is about to get, but you guys made it happen. Thank you so much. I look
Thank you
forward
very much.
to having this. Yeah. uh, yes, I've really missed. I think the last time we had a kind of interactive session was on Twitter, like a fire chat, something like that. I really long for things like that because it makes the community like come alive, and we know okay, people are doing things, and we know the trendy things that are happening, cyber security, things like that. And these are skills that it's just because of time. I could have refreshed this page, so you will see that they're asking for things like who can create apps for them, create games for them, and things like that. Some of them they've created those games. They need somebody to test it. Some need someone to create the games. That's it. All right. So possibly let's see how we can do this more often. Maybe Tohib, you will take us on a journey of your learning next time.
No problem, no problem. I'm glad to do that. Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
all right. Or
Thank you
probably
very much.
Mr. Jacob.
Yeah.
Yes, I said you'll probably take us on a session next time.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I'm okay with that. That will be a pleasure.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
Also, maybe I don't know. Your name on the prompt general discussion community is it the M365 data analyst power up?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, because I may reach out on WhatsApp.
Okay, okay, no problem. It's fine with me.
Okay.
It's fine with me. All right, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your
Thank
weekend.
you very much. I'll be following up with you. Bye. Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. My
Yeah.
pleasure. Anytime. My pleasure.
Bye.
All right, goodbye.